I'm not a gambler, but I'll gamble. I'm gonna go for 3 tickets. Just see what happens. That's what I did with Godzilla, and I got 2 posters out of it, so.
Okay, let's get you 3 tickets.
Yeah.
It'll be 21, about 25,000. 25,000 yen.
25,000?
2,500.
Like, whoa. Hey!
You mother. You mother.
This is the one he picked too. Whoa. Get the Hero, an action figure magazine with Spawn on the cover, but this is like some janky knockoff Spawn.
Yeah, yeah. Look.
And then wait, the back advertisement. Nobody's had a bottle of this in about 20 years. Michael Jordan cologne. Well, I guess we've hauled enough. This guy's screaming at me. So why don't we go take a look at the haul at your place?
So stay tuned, my fine friends, and until next time.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We forgot that other book!
Dude!
So here we are in Tokyo, Japan, with Japan Book Hunter. We are trying to find the rarest and weirdest manga. And I'm going to stick it up my butthole.
And smuggle it back into the States?
Yes, and smuggle it back into the States. For I am the butthole book hunter.
Well, it's because all your suitcases are full, homie.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nowhere else to put them. Well, here we are.
Manga. Manja. This is the worst book I have ever seen. This is the worst book I've ever seen. See? It even says it on the cover. And, you know, can't disagree with the cover, so I'll put it back. There's some peanuts here. Who needs American books? I can get that stuff when I go home. Yeah. Oh, this is the Japanese translated Batman Greatest Stories Ever Told.
Yeah, so this bottom section is the only place you're gonna find the English stuff. Mm-hmm. And they did have a Superman set that was different than the one I got here. That three volume set I got here.
Oh,
the magazines.
Do we know where the price would be for this?
Probably back page, 1,100.
Maybe. That might come home with me.
So this is a cool book. So he did the famous manga, Yoshihara Tsuke, his brother's Tadao, and they made it into a movie. So for promotion for the movie, they put this out, which is a combination of movie clips and the manga together.
I'll take it.
Dude, it's a rad book. I mean, because it's kind of like a movie program. See, it's like that, what do you call it? The Italian word.
Oh, no, I don't know.
But see, they take manga.
Fulci? No.
Oh, dude.
It's not in Japanese, though. It would be so much cooler if it was. It was Beavis and Butthead, Hollywood.
Do you know this?
What is this?
Oh, I've always wondered about the Robot Chronicles. It's a Tezuka, exhibition catalog.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's a little text heavy, though.
Yeah, but do you see what's in this? It's a calendar.
Oh, it's like
a timeline, I mean.
Timeline, yeah.
If I'm gonna buy some Tezuka, it should be something really cool. Did you say this was published in the U.S.? I keep seeing it, and it's like, man, it hits all the notes. You know, cat lovers and Marvel.
Yeah. I have this, but it's my wife. I stole it from my wife. So I should probably buy one to replace the one I stole from my wife.
Is that Cayman?
Yep, old Common Rider, dude.
Cayman. I'm American.
Did you ever buy this in English? Last Gasp?
No, and I wanted to.
You should, man. It's so good. He did all the drugs in the world.
Yeah, I remember you showed me some of that, because I think we discussed that on our first video.
I mean, I would buy this, but because it's available in English now.
Yeah.
It's like only maniacs that really want like the Japanese and the English. The funny thing is like people get disgusted by this book, but if it was a movie, it would be a super popular movie. It's about a serial killer that kidnaps women, takes them to his cabin, and tortures them, and then kills them.
That sounds like something that would pop off on Netflix or something like that.
It's like a Netflix movie, but when it's a book, for some reason, people are like, oh my God, that's disgusting.
I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Japanese government and Japan Book Hunter. and West Coast Davengers and Direct Edition Podcast. Thank you.
It's an Osamu Tezuka repro set from the 80s of 1950s stuff, and it includes Golden Bat.
See, that's interesting because the other side, I saw that box yesterday somewhere I saw two of them, two different ones on shelf somewhere in Jimbocho. But they were high.
Do you remember what they cost?
No, because I didn't know what they were. I thought they might have been figures because they weren't facing book out. This is why I need
Japanese skills in me.
This is why I need Papa Manga here.
Yeah, man. Someone to read these spines for you, brother.
And just tell me what I'm looking at, yeah. Damn. This is pretty cool. Is this just like a digest? Like, is this something that they would have in, like, markets, like grocery markets?
Oh, no, it's a supplement that came with a magazine.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a free insert, little supplemental.
Heckling Hitler?
Yeah, it's like a parody. It's all the parodies of comic parodies of Hitler over the war years.
That's cool.
I mean, also I have some. It's something I can't post online.
Come on, give me a popcorn or give me a Terevikun. Ooh, I got good at saying that. So much peanut stuff here. It's really nice to see it. I mean, who doesn't love Snoopy, right?
Vagabond illustrations. Inoue Takehiko. 2-volume set.
What are you? Oh, and it's signed. But it's fucked. Nah. Look at that. It's signed, but it's spine, all the glue's off the spine, barely. It's hanging on by a thread. I wonder if this is an adaptation of Moby Dick. I'm going to show it to Shawn, and he's going to be like, oh, yeah, that's what that is. It was drawn by somebody, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, I knew it. I pulled something out before. I was going to ask you if you knew what it was. It's right by your right knee. It's the spine's all fucked up, like the glue is gone, but it's signed on the, in there. But you can see how, like, the glue's coming out.
Oh, man.
Is it a Moby Dick translated? Like, is it some version of Moby Dick?
It's the white whale.
It's rad, though. It sucks that the glue's coming off, though.
This is, I've owned this. Limited to 3,000.
Yeah.
This is Ishinomori Shotaro. It's a rad book, dude. Oh, it's so crispy. Signed and numbered and stamped.
Yeah.
And it's got illustrations, sketches.
Wow, that is a really cool book.
Oh,
it's like a mini artist edition.
Yeah,
almost.
really it is. And I mean, like, straight up, if you don't buy it, I'll buy it.
I mean, I think it's cool.
Hold on to it and think about it.
Yes.
See how much stuff, because you still have to pack up suitcases, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My fucking knees.
Oh. Papa finding gold down here. Oh, dude. I already have one of these, so I'll let you have it first. But so SF Fantasia ran for 7 issues. Number 6 and 7 are manga and anime, respectively. This is the manga edition. It's it's an amazing resource for finding manga from the Golden Age. Golden Age manga. You're like,
this is like, well, this could help me in the future.
If you want to learn about older manga, and like early manga, then and even if you're just using Google Lens to check the titles,
and just see the art in this is really dope. Yeah, it's interesting because the Golden Age manga kind of matches the styles, some of the styles of Golden Age comics in the States. Yeah, you know, it could get out of hand, but I mean, I can't go wrong with Face Off, Gladiator, and give these people hell. Do it. Start the reactor. I mean, seriously, it's scary how much stuff I could find when I expand to movies or music or both or television shows and art books. I mean, there's so much that people love in the States that comes from Japan, and it doesn't have to be 60-year-old manga. You know, it could be 20-year-old, 25-year-old movie program where he has his lane that he understands better than anybody. And I'm just like, well, pop culture. It's all pop culture. You never know what you're gonna find if you just pretend like you know Japanese.
Slam dunk, baby. Tekkon Concreto. Yes, all day, baby. It's his birthday on the 9th of December. Monday. Oh, God. It's such an uncomfortable thing to carry home, but
Well,
look at this.
Oh, what was that slam dunk thing? I saw it up
It's a
there.
switch, and we don't know what's in here. We have
Do you
no
think
idea.
something? Oh yeah, because it's printed on here. So I wonder what? Maybe a figure or a
That's what we're
standee or
think-
something?
That's what we're thinking.
Pick it up. It's kind of
Oh yeah, it's got weight to it. Maybe it's a. Oh wait, it's. I'm gonna say it's like a metal sign or something,
Why would it have that much cardboard on it, though?
or
I've
an
seen these
acrylic,
before.
or an acrylic
like,
sign maybe.
maybe it's worth the risk.
Worth the risk, yeah. Damn, dude, this is what it's like.
This is the life.
Hold on.
man. Look at this, homies.
Yeah, I got nothing compared to this guy.
Smoking in the box. Wait, are you singing Pearl Jam right now?
No, it's Alice in Chains.
Oh, well, I mean, same diff, dude.
Smoke me.
Well, I would have said Screaming Trees, but
No, Lanigan's voice was much deeper. It was like the sound of a whiskey and a cigarette. in a place.
for sure. Oh, this is a carta. It's a card game.
Oh,
So each one of these has like a
different character.
Taro man, like image on each card.
is it a tarot deck or is it a?
So what you do is you have half of the cards have words on them,
Yeah.
then half the cards have pictures. You read the words, and whoever catches what the words are describing in the picture, you slap the picture, and then you get the
that's
cards,
cool.
and it's kind of like a slapjack type game.
I dig it. Sean, can you reach those?
What?
I mean, maybe it's real Genga? I'm learning the words. These are too small to be prints.
These are real,
see the
but
white out on
I don't know the artist. It looks like Saito Tako because of the eyebrows, the heavy eyebrows, like Gogo 13.
Yeah, that's
But it doesn't. It's not a Gogo 13 character. But they're not really amazing panels
No,
either.
they're
You
just-
know?
I'm just kind of plain.
But it depends on who they are, dude. Look at that. Movie series. Gamera versus Giron. Love and Knife Face.
So two things if you see that I'd love to get is one of those cross-section books.
Oh, that would be back in the corner. Here, let me show you.
And then that book where she beheads herself with the sword.
That would be right. This is the horror right here.
Yeah.
So is it the...
Because it was a snake girl or something.
Yeah, it's the Cursed Snake Girl. Oh, that's such a rad cover.
That's fucking
The
wild.
lizards. Man, I cannot remember.
Like the cover.
It's the grave of the snake woman or something like that is the title.
Such a rad title to begin with.
Oh, this is actually a good vampire one. This is the title's so good. Blood-sucking young girl Karen. So she's a Karen?
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
She's a Karen.
Her mom turns into, I think in the story, her mom turns into a vampire and then she turns into a vampire, something like that.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like Kiefer Sutherland from Lost Boys.
It kind of does right here.
Yeah. You remember the wrestler Papa Shango? He's Papa Monk. I've heard of this guy before.
The Jesus.
Nobody messing with the Jesus.
Jesus saves, baby.
Boom. And Shawn just
Going a guy, baby.
perpetuating business. All right. Man, I wonder what Shawn's looking at. Anti-hero Deadpool. Yeah, this is,
Dave,
yeah.
I just wanted to show you this because it's so amazing. It's a porn. Look at this. Sorry, you can't show this part, but check it out. Kicking that dude in the balls. Just ball kicking him. And then twisting this girl's arms and giving her like a whatever,
It's like
an arm.
violent.
Yeah, like an arm lock and kicking this dude in the sack and
How
stepping
much
on
is
his
it?
face.
For Tyler. Ghost Rider Motorcycle Hero. Perfect. My shoulders hurt. All right, Shawn, so we've hunted, we've gathered, we've hunted and gathered, we ran. I ran in the wrong direction. So let's show these people the haul.
Yeah, man, this is a really fun haul day, one of many we've done on your trip here to Japan. And yeah, man, let's get into it. What did you pick up? And I'll show everyone some of the stuff I picked up.
You know, one of the goals in this trip is to get as much Atomo as I could. And so, well, we'll look at 4 Atomo books right here.
Yeah, we got Highway Star, Domu, Sayonara Nippon, and It Already Feels Like War, Kibun wa Mou Senso. And all of these are amazing. Of course, Domu with the Obi.
First print,
first edition. This is gold, my friend.
Yeah, and I don't have a copy of it. I should say I didn't have a copy of it. I think I bought 3 on this trip, and that's the one I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, I mean, these go for a lot more with the Obi. And you know what the Golden Grail is you get one with the Obi, first edition, and then it's got this little ticket stub that comes with it. And it was something about for the release or for the promo and stuff. If you didn't get that, that's like $150 set, you know? But this is still amazing, man.
Do we know if the ticket's in here?
Nah, I think that if there was the ticket, that it would be on the outside of the book to show it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's rare that I find the ones with the ticket. I've only owned one of those in my whole time collecting.
You know what I need next time I come here, speaking of Domo?
Oh, you need the 5,000 club, baby. The 5,000 club. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a little bit of back and forth here. So I picked up this amazing Sazai-san helped me learn Japanese a lot. And of course, Hasegawa is a staple in every Japanese household. And this was an exhibition catalog from the 70th anniversary of her as mangaka and illustrator. And it's just got tons of amazing genga in it. And I will have this up on JapanBookHunter.com. And this is an exhibition catalog with stitch binding.
Yeah.
Beautiful condition. You cannot find these anywhere. So I was super stoked to find this.
So she was a famous mangaka creator in the 50s?
In the 50s, from the 50s. And of course, we even have an expression in Japan because the cartoon is on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. and we say Sazai-san blues in Japanese, which means that feeling of dread of going to work on Monday morning after watching Sazai-san.
It's amazing. You would never have seen that in the States, a famous cartoonist that was a female in the 50s.
And she is an innovator, a huge innovator in the comics manga world here in Japan, and an amazing woman. So, you know, if I see Sazai-san, I buy Sazai-san.
So speaking of seeing something and buying something, I scooped this off the shelf. I didn't need to look into it any further, but I did. But, you know, beautiful painting of Godzilla, in a style that you don't really see. So I picked this up, and you just looked through it right before it. But yeah,
Murakami Yuji. I don't even really know who this is, but this is an exhibition catalog, and it's called The World of Godzilla. Amazing pieces. Mothra, Godzilla,
from Mount Fuji.
Yeah, it's just an amazing interpretation of the Godzilla world. And this is a score. If I had seen this before you, it would have gone to me.
That's right. And even in the back, the last page, there's your prices for this stuff. I mean,
the prices are crazy.
They're crazy,
dude.
But you know what?
Crazy.
I would have bought one of those 2 million yen paintings.
I always like to look in showcases when I'm out on hunts at these little teeny bookstores, these little mom and pop bookstores, because they have some gold in the back, because they'll be stacked with books. And you'll see something like just the corner of a book in the back. And I saw the corner of this. I'm like, that's Mizuki Shigeru. That's Mizuki Shigeru from the 70s. That's Mizuki Shigeru's Yokai encyclopedia from, I believe this is around 75. I'd have to double check. And amazing print quality, amazing paper feel, and just some of the best folklore and yokai images that you can find.
You know, his line work in places reminds me a lot of Bernie Wrightson. Can we call Mizuki Shigeru the Bernie Wrightson of Japan?
We might be able to,
or
but
maybe the other way around.
Yokai. Yeah, I mean, he's been putting out stuff since the late 50s. I mean, look at that.
Wow.
So much line work. But this is, I mean, I swear he spends all this time cross-hatching.
Yep. Yeah,
just cross-hatching forever.
But that's, I mean, look at Bernie's Frankenstein and the line work and the cross-hatching and all that. It's just, hey, speaking of Frankenstein,
look at that.
All right, so we've realized, and now it's true that maybe they were brothers.
They might have been.
Yeah.
Brothers from different mothers, baby.
All right, so next up, I'll do a couple of, I've been buying movie programs because they're awesome and they're not super expensive. So I'll just go through. You wanna flip and I'll describe. We got Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
Yep.
You got Todd with Spawn the movie, maybe the worst movie in comic history. No, definitely not. But one of my favorite movies of all time, Gladiator. Oh, give these people alcohol and start the reactor.
Yeah,
Total
get your
Recall.
ass to Mars.
That's right. Face Off. I mean, these are classics.
Yeah, and the movie programs here aren't too expensive, but it's also finding them in good condition is hard because they get beat up easily, you know?
Yeah, just like movie tickets.
This is Matsusaki Akemi, who I'm not so familiar with, but I did some research this morning because I posted this to my Instagram, and they did this amazing book called In Fantasy Night, which is from 1981. This was limited to 1,500 copies, and the artwork is just so beautiful. Wow. It's got illustrations, it's got some poetry, and it's got some manga in it. And I'm a huge shoujo horror fan, but not shoujo romance per se. But I really like the vibe of this. Yeah. There's David Bowie. This whole section's David Bowie.
That's amazing.
Yeah, look at that David Bowie right there. That's so sick. So I did post this. This will go up on the website as well, but it goes from cute to just extreme detail.
There's a lot of different styles in here. I mean, you see that, like what I was seeing some Yoshitaka Mano, but then what's her name? Margaret Keane with the eyes. Like, so, it's nice to see styles that you can identify with, but from a completely different artist in a completely different country.
Yep. What else you got?
All right, let's do a little some American properties in Japanese. We've got Batman, the movie adaptation, and we've got Hellboy, the Chained Coffin, and others, which I almost wonder, I didn't even look, if there's Corbin in here, like a Hellboy in Mexico story, but I don't think so. No, it's all Mignola, which I am not going to complain about. And then we've got Marvel Meow.
This is so cute. I was looking at this at Tokyo Comic Con when we were there because they had like a Marvel booth
and
selling
the artist
books.
Was there. Yeah,
yeah, and it was Shinichi Sekine was the book designer. I'm not familiar with some of these publishers, but the art style is amazing.
It's cute.
Little kitty cat.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's what do they say? Kawaii?
Kawaii. It
Moon
is.
Knight and a cat.
Yeah, Moon Knight and a cat. Moon Knight and kitty cats. You can't go wrong, my friend.
And one last American property. You know what I say? Well, why don't we hold on. I have a saying, Shawn.
Yes, you do.
Know what that saying is?
Show us the saying.
When you see Todd, you buy Todd.
Exactly.
That's a Spawn #1 with the Obi from Dengeki Comics. The first time Spawn was printed in this country, and it's became a huge thing in Japan, so much so that they did a Spawn manga.
Yeah. That's another amazing find. And the funny thing is we found it at a small little bookstore packed with manga in the back corner. I like to find these. This is what's what in this 50 years of manga, the world of manga. So I like finding these kind of retrospective catalogs,
right? That
kind of break down like early years of manga, because they're great reference guides for people like me that hunt books. Yep. So you have Tetsujin number 28 Go. Pretty much the who's who. Some wrestling manga. He was a famous wrestler that they based some early manga on. But then you get some like Umez. Wow. Makoto-chan, 1976. So
yeah, it gives you a good guide, and it could give somebody like me a good guide of what to look for.
Shirato Sanpei.
This is great.
Yeah, that is Hayashi Seiichi. And this is Red Colored Energy. This is one of the splash pages from in there. So these are great reference guides. And I mean, if you're just into Matsumoto Reiji, Galaxy 999, then you get yourself a nice color piece right there. And yeah, these are just amazing. You know, the cover just looks like shit.
Yeah, yeah.
The cover's like, what the hell is that? But I know.
You know what
I know what it is. So I picked it up.
Just so everybody knows, don't forget to visit JapanBookHunter.com for all your manga needs. Don't forget to visit WestCoastAvengers.com. Subscribe to Shawn on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to me, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and all that stuff. Now, back to the manga. I don't know what this is, Shawn. Tell me what I bought.
This is Vampire Girl Karen. She's a Karen.
Do you know also why I love this cover? Because that's Kiefer Sutherland.
That looks like Kiefer Sutherland.
That is Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, he's even upside down hanging from the bridge.
Yeah,
it's so sick. Yeah, and this is a good one. I've read this one, and now it's like Bela Lugosi, right?
Yeah.
But
it's got some great art.
It's got some great art, and Hama Shinji, he's been producing since the late 50s. Shintaro was one of his partners in crime in the manga industry, and he worked for Hibari for years. Hibari Hit Comics. And this is I've read this one before. It's a really fun one, and a classic vampire tale.
Sure. You gotta love it.
I love finding these shonen adventure kind of reprints. So this is a sci-fi set, and these were kind of supposed to be educational. Educating about the wonders of science in an adventure manga or adventure story. It's a little bit less manga, as you can see, because there's quite a bit of text, no speech bubbles, but this is what would become later. I mean, this was probably originally printed in the mid-50s.
Okay.
And then, you know, some of these stories would become manga later on down the road, but the art is just amazing.
The art styles, you know, it's definitely 50s. It mimics, you know, it mirrors, I should say, the 1950s pulp stuff in the U.S.
Yep.
And the 40s and 30s and all that goodness. So, I mean, just on the art alone, who cares about the words? The art's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see some throwback art from Japan, these are amazing pickups.
Yeah, this is World's Fair looking stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I always like trying to find weird stuff like this.
Speaking of weird stuff, I actually don't remember buying this. I know that I probably bought it just because I saw Astro Boy on it. So this is what, science fiction magazine?
This is SF Fantasia. They put out 7 volumes. Number 6 and 7 are the most coveted because number 6 is focused on manga. Number 7 is focused on anime, but all of them are amazing. I think I have a full set in stock. So there's number 1, number 2.
Yeah, number 1 cover's great.
Yeah, they have great covers. And these are also great reference guides to monsters, manga, and all things science fiction. You get some Tezuka. I actually am going to show you this book.
Oh, cool.
In a moment in this little box set over here. And
yeah, that's now I just had a flashback of me pulling this off the shelf and asking you what it was.
And I said, buy it.
Yeah.
I said, I already have one. It's okay. We've been really friendly on this trip, not battling each other.
We're a team. We're not enemies.
When I go out with homies, I always let them take what they need because I live here and I can get, again, some Go Nagai. So you get a little bit of everything in here from shoujo to classics like Tezuka, Osamu, to Go Nagai,
to Superman
and Batman, Captain Marvel, The Flash. Yeah, you get a little bit of
Spidey and the Hulk and Fawn Baudet and Richard Corbin. What's happening,
dude? I know these are an amazing, and Vampirella. Dude, these are amazing books. Totally slept on.
7 from you.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I think I only have one of them around, so you better hop on it, brother.
All right, what's yours next?
Okay, I got, this is, speaking of Tezuka, I'll go through a couple Tezuka things. I got one, 1989, man, now I'm confused, 89. So 1989, Prime Rose sci-fi was really popular in the late 80s. This is by Tezuka Osamu, 4-volume set complete, very cute, very adventurous. You get some opening color pages.
I love that about manga. Opening color pages in almost every book.
Yeah, I mean, even the magazine editions will have like an opening, like 10 pages, 12 pages of color, and then you get the 1 color print or 2 color print, and then it goes to the straight black ink.
Black and white is great because you get to see the work in a little bit more of a purer form.
This is truth. This is truth, but yeah, I mean, it's...
Wow, look at that design.
It's Tezuka. Tezuka always brings the heat.
You know, you could probably trace almost everybody in science fiction in America back to something Tezuka.
Well, speaking of Tezuka, I might as well show this one too. This is Mushi no Hyohon Bako, so insect specimen box. They did 4 of these. This is from 1975, but these are reprints of the original 1948 editions.
Can we just talk about the fact that that one character is for insects?
Yeah, this means insect.
That's amazing.
Yeah, mushi in Japanese. And all of these are hardcover in slipcovers.
Wow, what a
beautiful set. We found this at a little bookstore out on the outskirts of Tokyo, and I was stoked. And we have some really good titles in here, including Golden Bat, The World 1,000 Years Later. This one's a funny title. So in Japanese, it's called Jungle Demon World, but check out the English cover.
Oh.
A woman of ill repute who inhabits the deep part of Congo.
I mean, that's like, what's her name? Like, what's her name? The Jungle Girl. I forget her first name, but it mimics that kind of Golden Age type stuff.
Yeah. The a Tarzan type.
Yeah.
God, what am I? Who am I? Sheena. And then we have Tarzan and we have Tiger Professor. So this is an amazing set. These are hard to find. I think I posted this one today for like $135, which is actually pretty reasonable because they go for about that here.
Yeah.
But you know me, I hunt down the deals, my friend.
Right. And, don't ask Shawn what bookstore he goes to on the outskirts of Tokyo, but I can tell you this hint. It begins with Barnes and it ends with Noble. All right, so what do we have here?
Tsuge.
This is
Yoshiharu and his brother Tsuge Taro produced numerous manga for Garo magazine throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s. One of the few mangaka in Japan to be recognized by the National Museum of Art, alongside Tezuka and stuff.
Like the Smithsonian.
And what's cool about this is they made a movie out of Neji-shiki, Screw Style, which is available in English, and they made this promotional book, which is a combination of the manga and the movie frames. And like you saw this, I'm like, dude, just get it.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Just get it.
Well, so what drew me to this is that on the cover, the cover art, like Garo has his style. And the style of it is very simple lines. I noticed that on a lot of the stuff inside and especially on the cover. And it kind of reminds me of just like some indie poster movie design, movie poster designs in the 90s. Like, it's got that aesthetic, even though I know this predates that. But that's what I'm drawn to look at the Gato for, is because like I can tell it is weird stuff.
Yeah, and the timing, the one reason why Gato was so popular and did so well was because it really emerged pre and during the student counterculture movements of the 60s and 70s. And so that's why you have stuff like this. Like, this is the era of Tsuge Yoshiharu, and you see all these demonstrators and stuff like that. And the students really grasped onto indie comics, indie manga at that time. And so, this was adapted into a movie. This is a great pickup. Yeah,
and this just I look at this and like, there's something gonna be off about the creator who drew that cover.
Yeah, and man, the one thing, Tado, his brother, did sign stuff. Yeah. Yoshiharu almost didn't sign anything. So if you can ever find something signed, pick it up.
That's like Steve Ditko.
Yeah, man. You got a few left. I got a few left. Yeah. Let me show this one. I do buy records now and then. This is Gamera versus Giron, Sword Face, and this is a record. I'm kind of going backwards. Oh, wow. So we got the green vinyl.
And it's a flexi too.
It's a flexi.
It's not like a hard vinyl.
And we got the song, the music, and the art. This is what we're buying this for, is the art. The art is so amazing.
I don't know about you, man, but I love that song. Sword face, he battles Gamora.
Look at that. Chops off his head, dude. No mercy for the children, dude. No mercy for the children. It's so good.
That's amazing.
And then some of the movie clips. Yeah.
So my next pickup was something that you already have.
Yep.
And it's a personal friend of yours, and obviously a huge creator in the comic community, and somebody I've been a fan of for a long time. But I got my Japanese copy of Hard Boiled from Jeff Darrow.
Good old
and
Jeff.
Frank Miller.
Yeah, so I have a copy of this that Jeff signed for me when he was over and did a little illustration of himself in, which is amazing. But so when we saw this, you said, do you want it? And I was like, dude, I got one. You take it.
Yeah.
And you know what you might want to do? Leave this here in Japan with me because I think Jeff's going to be here later on next year.
Yeah.
And I'll get it signed for you.
Awesome. And I'll be here later next year to pick it up.
Yeah, and we'll throw it in your PC.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, brother.
And you know, it's interesting, a little fun fact about this. I was turned on to this maybe about, I think I read 2005 is when I read Hard Boiled. And I used to collect autographs, and I was big into the movie Sin City, and I met almost the entire cast. Rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. I gave her my signed copies of Hard Boiled because she had never read it before. So, you know, and I've obviously have more copies and I've read it and I love it. But, you know, just a very inspirational book to me. The violence in there is, and the art in there is just beautiful.
Well, I got one weird one. So I've seen this around a bunch of times. This was a combination pack. Switch Magazine did a special issue, February 2005 for Slam Dunk. I think it was Slam Dunk was kind of ramping down around then. To be honest, like I was a huge Vagabond fan. Read the whole series, you know, the Samurai Musashi story, but I was never really big into sports manga, so I only read a little bit of Slam Dunk here and there. But it comes with this thing, and I've seen this around a bunch of times and never bought it because I don't know what's in here. What do you think is in here, Dave?
My guess was an acrylic sign or stand.
I'm gonna guess there's some sort of a figure inside all of these cardboard layers, but I'm just not sure what it is.
We might be both right. It could be an acrylic figure.
It could be.
Yeah,
or it
that
could
would
be
be
something
amazing.
totally different that we don't know about.
Yeah,
but
it could
I've
be a
never
giant
opened one of
dildo.
those. It could be a giant basketball player dildo. Oh, look at the way it opens.
Okay, we still don't know what it is.
What is this? Wait, these are some sort of cards.
Oh, wow. They're like storyboard cards.
They're storyboard cards. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
I have never seen those before in my life.
Brandon's going to insert a graphic right here that says, we were both wrong.
We were both wrong. Oh, look at that. That is so cool.
That is really cool.
I regret not picking one of these up earlier. It's just, you know, I found these at a pretty good deal. Sometimes they go for pretty much double what I paid for this. So I always like, I don't even know what's in there. And they never say on the outside what's in it.
Yeah, God forbid they just put a little label that says what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. But it's a weird packaging, all these layers of cardboard, so it's just like a mystery.
They probably had no clue how to do it, and they're like, oh, we'll just take these layers of cardboard and cut them out. And, you know, this is also now a place you can hide mounds of cash if you'd like.
Yeah, I could stack some yens in here and hide them. People will look at it and be like, Slam Dunk, I don't want that.
And I love to say about Slam Dunk, it's not something I ever read or whatever, but I just love that it's completely inspired by the Chicago Bulls.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so we got two more books on my pile. We'll go with this one, which, I mean, just with the title alone, I've got to check this book out.
Heckling Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, it's all these political cartoons, you know, satirical cartoons mocking Hitler. And, you know, obviously, satirical cartoons are something that have been around for 100 years or whatever, maybe more. And at a time when you have the worst person on the face of the planet causing, you know, destruction and death, it's nice to see that people were at least trying to, you know, were attacking him in the newspapers and stuff.
I've sold one of these before from my website, and it's rare that I run across them, but I do run across them occasionally. But when you picked this one up, I was like, oh, dude, if you don't buy it, I will.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a weird collection of, I mean, why a horse? Why the horse? And some of the stuff is just like, it's just surreal, but it's a great slice of history.
Sure, yeah, we cannot forget history, otherwise we are condemned to repeat it.
And let's look at this one that you got too.
So why don't you tell me what I picked up here?
So this is Ishinomori Shotaro, Boku no Rakugakicho. So it's my sketchbook. So limited to 3,000. I've owned one of these before, and they're hard to find because limited to 3,000.
Yeah.
Comes with a box, and it's hardcover. And this is a sketchbook of his just studies. This is stamped and numbered. Perfect condition. And you get, you know, you get figure studies. I think there's some insects in here.
That last page, I mean, like his style, he's got multiple styles. It's interesting. I mean, as soon as I took this off the shelf, I knew it was something special, but you know, I needed the sensei to teach me, and that's you.
Well, I mean, everything from cartoony Tezuka, early Tezuka style to like very sexy ladies in the 60s and 70s. You know, you can see his early cartoony works.
Yeah.
And then stuff like this I love. Just him just
Going
filling
wild.
a page.
Yeah,
Just filling a page.
I'm seeing what I would imagine influences, people that might have been influenced by this. Stan Sakai, Sergio Aragonés. How old is this book? Or when was he an illustrator?
Well, he was prevalent like throughout the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I mean, just had the great run. And like, I always am looking for his Girls 1, Girls 2nd, and Showgirls books, which showcase his 60s and 70s female characters. But of course, Ishinomori Shotaro is most famous for Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider,
yeah,
that's right.
that was his most.
Is nothing like this.
Is nothing like this, but
No.
I mean, he's got chops. He could draw anything, and he also did. I showed this Kamen Rider. I showed he did the Blind Monk Samurai series. He's just done so much amazing work, and this, my friends, I wish it was jumbo, oversized, hardcover, artist edition, but as a smaller tankobon hardcover, it's a great pickup.
You know, Japan doesn't have a ton of space, so those big books come in very small batches.
Yes, they do, and they get harder and harder to find. And this is a little bit of foreshadowing to a future video that Dave is going to put out. I'm not going to do a video on this, but let me show you a little something. We went to the Kago Shintaro exhibition yesterday. Picked up some original art, got some stuff signed, got some caricatures done. I got Her Head Exploding with Candy. That's what the title. I got
Great
this
title.
signed, one of my books for my personal collection, but I got some other signed stuff as well.
Wow. Yeah, and I got some signed stuff. I bought an original painting and a companion piece to something you're going to show off.
Yes, and I mean, hardcore Eroguro illustrations. I like this one. Of course, he did about 40, 50 manga, but I like his illustration books a lot. And I had this piece in my collection for a while. This is from a doujinshi, or self-published book that he did probably 12, 15 years ago. Wow. And it's Ultraman unzipping his guts. And it wasn't signed, but I finally got it signed.
Yep.
So I might frame this and post it up on japanbookhunter.com, or I might just throw it in my PC. And then he was doing caricatures, and we'll find out later what you got in your video. But for me, I have enough art of my own face that I told him, can you draw me Tezuka Osamu with his head exploding or a kitty cat in his head? And of course, he drew an Osamu caricature in the head with the beret floating above the head and stuff.
So yes, that video will be out probably not for a couple weeks, maybe even a month, but look forward to checking out the Kago Shintaro exhibit and some drawing video and all that good stuff. But man, this haul was amazing. Like,
and this is only one of many, many. You guys don't know how many books this man's bringing back. Dave went nuts. He went nuts. Original art, manga, art books, movie pamphlets. He got so much stuff. It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's like he was competing with me the whole time. Damn it.
And I wasn't. I was competing with the fact that everything kind of was cheapish. Or at least with my American dollars was cheapish.
Yeah, well, because the yen's pretty weak here right now. So if you're coming from America, everything seems cheaper.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And my eyes were bigger than my stomach, and I bought 2 suitcases, and
and not to mention, I'm going to be shipping some stuff for you, my friend. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty of haul videos to come.
Yes. And once again, don't forget to visit japanbookhunter.com. You can find all of his information down in the description below, including his YouTube channel and his Instagram. And for my part, I have a podcast called Direct Edition. So if you're not subscribed to that, I'm going to come after you and I'm going to make you subscribe. Anyway, don't forget to the like button, comment, subscribe. And Shawn, why don't you tell them your favorite thing to say after a video? Oh, you know what? I got one more book. Hold on, let me go get it.
Okay.
Whoa, man. Whoa, man, hey.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to share my haul with you, man. I got a Turok.
You got a Turok?
Yeah, and I signed it for you, man.
Dude, thank you so much.
Nah, man.
But, Tim, how did you get in here?
Oh, man, I'm everywhere. Whoa.